from now. It's going to be here before you know it. We've been talking about it for the last 10 months. And so it's going to be in Boulder, Colorado this year. It's going to be on the campus of CU Boulder. We're using one of their big auditoriums. So it's going to be an amazing experience. This is the 4th annual Leadership Mastery. You all know that have attended it before. It is the best. It is the best seminar, event, function of the entire year that's built around leadership and network marketing skill building. So the skills of a professional network marketer, becoming a professional at that career, at that topic is what you are after, and that's what we teach exclusively the entire time for 2 days straight. So it's going to go from the morning of Friday the 7th to the evening of Saturday the 8th. Plan all day Friday, all day Saturday. For those of you who live local, great. If you don't want to make the commute back and forth from wherever you live, we did get a room block. Rooms at hotels. I don't care what the hotel is in Boulder, they're expensive.
$200 a night.
Yeah, $200 a night and up.
$199 is the special.
Yep, it would be. It would be.
What?
$199 would be an amazing special.
Can you do a $189?
We're gonna do better.
$179.
Better than
$169.
What better?
$159.
Better.
$149.
Better than
$139.
No better than that.
No.
Yeah.
What?
$129.
Whoa! Round of applause.
We got $129 plus tax. So whatever tax is in Boulder. So plus tax, I figure, plus tax is gonna be around $150. So, you can room with other people. You can cut this fee in half. When we started in network marketing, we were, I was 17.
That's why you have 3 kids.
That's right.
Doubling up in hotel rooms.
That's right, doubling up in hotel rooms. So we did whatever we had to do. We put people in rooms. We would have 4 people in a room. It was whatever it took to get to the event. We weren't living in the room anyways. We were living at the event. We just needed a bed to sleep on for a few hours. So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what the room is, but there's going to be a couple of beds in these rooms. So appropriately find the right roommates. And you got to say that nowadays. This is the Millennium Harvest House in Boulder. It's right on the corner of.
Don't even try it.
28th
Millennium. No way. Millennium. Remember Millennium, because if she spells it, you'll never find it.
2 L's and 2 N's.
Oh, yeah, it was close.
And so it's the Millennium Harvest House. You can look this up online. Do not order your room today. Wait till this week. We're going to give you a code. I just wanted to give you the information on where you're going to be staying and what to expect from a budget standpoint. You will get a code. You're going to take this code, because if you call up and say, hey, I want this, they're going to say, what planet are you coming from? We don't have rooms for $129. And so you're going to give them a code. That code's going to be linked to Leadership Mastery and to Longevity, and they're going to say, welcome. So that's what you can expect when you call up this number with this code. We'll put out the code this week.
On our website.
It'll be on the website, ygleadershipmastery.com. If you have that website, you're fine. That's where we're going to post it, and you can start circulating that. This room block will not last forever. So don't say, oh, well, I'll just do it later. It's a window. If you call after the window, they're going to say, sorry, room block is over. So you have a little sense of urgency. We're inside 7 weeks. You have to call and use this code and reserve your room. And then prices for Leadership Mastery are at their lowest right now, and they are going to go up. So prices for Leadership Mastery are $99 for the entire thing. The whole thing is $99. That's $49.50 a day. That is dirt cheap. I don't know why in the world we're doing Leadership Mastery for $99. I still haven't figured it out yet, but it is $99. So get your tickets. The prices are going to go up from that as well. Do not wait. Where do you get them? ygleadershipmastery.com. Go there, order your tickets, get them now, because I don't want anybody getting upset or saying, well, I didn't know they were going up then, so they're going to go up. So before they go up, get your $99 ticket for Leadership Mastery and book out those dates. Make sure if you have work on those days, get it off. Go get it off. Don't have the excuse that you can't go because of work. That would be a bad mistake, is if you miss Leadership Mastery. It's kind of like it'd be a bad idea if you knew what you know now and you didn't show up to Super Saturday. But Leadership Mastery is today on something that gets you pumped up in a pretty big way. So don't think for a second that Leadership Mastery isn't worth $9,999 just because the price tag says $99. So I hope that answers most questions. There's your price. That's where we're going. That's the website that you need to have in order to reserve everything you need to know. We're over and out. See you later.
Bye.
And thank you, everybody.
Give him a round of applause. What?
So we have a Super Saturday for May, and then the in June. So should we do the Leadership Mastery and the Super Saturday?
No, just Leadership Mastery.
Okay, all right.
But when's the one in May?
The 18th.
And then when's Leadership Mastery?
Yeah, and then we had a Super Saturday on the 15th.
No, we're going to not do it in June, but we're going to do May 18th. Is that when the next school year?
Yep.
Okay, we'll be back at the church,
Mm-hmm.
so you won't be jammed in here like sardines anymore, and you have no reason not to bring 19 guests because we'll have room for the 19 guests. So banish that from your little heads right now because you're saying, oh, I'm not bringing anybody to the next training because there's no room for them to sit. But we are in the big church with the great audio-visual and the whole spiritual walk. I don't ever agree much with James Moore. James Moore and I argue on many things political and all kinds of things. I finally have something with him I completely agree about, and he doesn't even know what it is. Would anybody like to guess the most important thing that James has taken from this training? Anybody want to guess? Come on. Nobody got anything? I didn't think so. It'd be hard to think what the most important thing is. So I am eavesdropping on his notes. And the top of the list, stand up, put it on the screen, show them what the top of the list is. What does it say in the big letters on the very top line? Which I find completely happy. It makes me so happy. It says God first. Oh. Don't you love him for that? So, among that almost half page of notes he took for so far today, I was kidding. It was a joke. But anyway, at the end of the day, that's God first. And you know what? That is really, really cool because God is first. And those of you that know me, somebody just asked me how I'm sleeping. You are so lucky you're here. I was just looking in that chair. Go sit down, Kate.
I'm waiting for my drink.
Okay, good.
Listening.
So you got to know God's first because everything can be going really, really well in your life. And then something happens. And the good news about longevity is that really, really great things have happened in my life with longevity, but then bad things happen to me. And bad things. And what's so cool about that is that with longevity, I've got the time, the money, and the health to fight off the bad things. So if you think being successful in this business means that the bad things aren't going to happen, that's not true. You're just going to have the bad things be not as bad because you've got the financial wherewithal to handle it. But make no mistake, God's driving this bus, like he just said, and life does go on no matter how hard you try to manipulate the universe, and bad things do happen. So know that, all right? So the reason I said that is because somebody stuck something in my head. It was Chad. He asked me how I was sleeping. And I thought about lying and going, just great, Chad. And I go, no, I haven't slept in about a week. And that, none of your business. But
I care about you, Tom.
I know you do. So how you care about me in that conversation, and I just gave her a trite answer to a big thing because I don't want to post what I was going to say to you on online, is deep water, and I need prayers. Deep water, I need prayers. Health is great. So family stuff as usual. So at the end of the day, books, readers are leaders, like you can't believe. Everybody in this room gets this book. We don't have it because we have a little bit of a problem. But this is called Fraser Brooks, one of the top guys out there, unbelievable on social media. Those of you that are social media maniacs, we've got a list of everybody in this room, don't we? Do we have a list of everybody here? We're going to route a list of everybody in the room, put your name on it, and we will give you one of these books for free. We ordered 100 of them. They came from England. We weren't here when they delivered, so they sent them back to England. So, true story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were like ready to either swallow our cigar because it cost us a lot of money to get them here. Now it's going to cost us another lot of money to get them back there, and that's just the way it goes because we are not the sharpest tacks in the box, but we're working on that. And you know what? That's a speed bump. Just means we wait a couple of weeks, but this book was great. I loved it so much. Social media is not my fault. I think I'm pretty good accidentally at social media, even though I have no idea what I'm doing. And everybody says, God, you must be making all kinds of money with all your chat bots and all that stuff. I don't even look at chat, the messenger or anything like that. So I go in there and I look, and man, there's everybody going, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. What are you doing for weight loss? What are you doing for longevity? What are you doing for business? What are you doing? I'm looking and I'm going, well, one of these days I have to respond to all that stuff, but not today. And I go another day. So don't read my book on social media. Read Fraser's book on social media. Because Fraser knows social media. What do I know? Heart to heart. That's what I know, heart to heart. Big time. And I know that 99% of you in this room, and probably 100% of your room, have a higher IQ than I do. I know that for a fact. But I guarantee you, my heart is going to trump your brain any day of the week. And I will take it over that. So my job is to love like crazy, then love more, and giving you the ability to use the tools by everybody else. And I'm not a scarcity guy. I do not think I know everything. I do think I know nothing. And I also know that I'm not keeping my circle of influence inside of longevity, because I think there's trainers outside of longevity that are better at what I want you to learn than the trainers inside of longevity. And I'm very careful about how I do that. Not so careful. Because they will recruit you. People out there in the world will try to recruit you. And if I have you guys glued in with love, they couldn't recruit you with a crowbar. You take a look at those goofballs down in wherever we were, Devin, that we're all coming around talking about making $8 billion a month. And you lost a couple people to that story. Because it was a mirage, but people were talking about it, and everybody was talking about it, and it built on itself. They went out there. They kissed a couple of frogs that didn't turn into a princess, and they came back. Isn't that true?
Totally.
Totally true. Because it was a mirage. Longevity is not a mirage. I've been here 21 years. Highs vary. Lows vary. In-betweens vary. Difference between Bima, difference between so many companies is, guess what we are that they aren't? Still in business. That's huge. You're not building this thing for tomorrow. You're not building this thing for next week. You're not building this thing for next month. You're not building this for next year. You're building this thing for a long, long time. And I've timestamped where I am on the wheel. What I want you to get is you're going to have problems every day. You're going to have problems every day in your business. You're going to have problems with your downline. You're going to have trouble with your leaders. You're going to have trouble with corporate. You're going to have trouble just exactly like in your marriage. You are going to have trouble. But what happens in marriage a lot of the time too much is people quit on it too soon. Because we aren't used to fighting through it. We aren't used to looking at problems and solving them. We just run to the next problem. And I'm telling you what, here's the difference about longevity is it's a startup with stability. You have a home here, not just a house. And sure, the grass is greener on the other side sometimes. And you know why the grass is greener on the other side?
You watering yours.
You aren't watering yours and they're watering theirs. That's exactly right. So water your grass. So what does that mean? Your organization. Get like dead serious about it. And I'm not going to talk for much longer because I want to bring some stories up here. Because stories in longevity are what's up. All this head knowledge and all this garbage that I'm spewing, you can find anywhere better than me. However, I have another book. She asked me what book I was reading now. Here's the deal. Freakishly Effective Leadership for Network Marketers.
Is that by Ray Higdon?
Yes, by Ray Higdon. Freakishly Effective Leadership for Network Marketers. So what's the definition of a great leader? This is a great place to start since it may not be what you think. So he's looked at all kinds of people. with teams of 10,000 people all the way up to those with teams of 700,000. Most leaders don't have a healthy perspective on how a network marketing leader should operate. It's so much easier than the majority of leaders make it. Case in point, look at me. A dog with a note in its mouth can do what I do. I love like crazy, then I love more. I call like crazy, then I call more. I text like crazy, then I text more. You can't get away from me. It's that simple. I'm going to terrorize you with love. How about that? What's the role of a leader? To make it easy. The role of a leader is to make it easy. You might be wondering, to make what easy? So this whole book, when you're a workaholic leader, performing as a sales manager, Chris Eversberg, you do two bad things. One, you turn off anybody not making sales and make them feel like they are disappointing you or the team. That isn't what Chris is doing. He's here to teach you not to do that. He just came out of a sales world and he said, I'm not going to do that anymore. I am pushing the pig through the python snake. I can't do that. Don't push the pig through the python snake. Number two, you show up in a way that others don't want to show up. So they sabotage themselves from ever getting to your rank. Again, we're going to show you how to make it easy. Don't you want to do that?
Yes.
It doesn't mean it's not hard work, but you're not going backwards all the time. This business is unbelievable, longevity. We got the woman that left. Didn't like me, split. Not true. Sandra, if you're still watching, I know you've got your beautiful daughter and you had to do something else. She just came to the CEO. So what's her next job? Rank up from CEO to what? The brick rank. What's the brick rank? All you guys are going, oh no, I got to be a 1-star. You can't duplicate 1-stars all day long. That takes work.
Yes.
You want to build bricks. You want to build a brick wall, start with bricks. So the first thing that Sandra does is become a brick herself, right? How does she do that? Quite simple. She goes up there. Is that pointed at that? Can they see it on the screen?
I'm going to.
Okay, turn now. You want me to turn? So I'm still on the screen?
Yeah, pull that chair out.
Pull that chair out of the way.
Mhm.
See, I'm very coachable. Sweating like crazy already. All right. What do? 200 QB yourself. 200 smoke and mirror QB. I would love to have you have 200 BB right there. You know why? Because that's what you get paid on. You're doing this business to get paid. So focus on business volume, not making rank. I want you to have volume, business volume, and I want you to hit ranks with integrity. No smoke and mirrors. Number two, so you're doing 200 yourself. Clear about that? That good for you, Chris?
Yeah.
You have to do 200, right? Then you have to get Stanley, who just enrolled today, right? Stanley has to do 100. 2 more people have to do 100 apiece that you enroll personally. And the next thing you know, you are a brick. You got 1,000 volume in your first 3 levels. You're a brick. You are a brick, Chris. Do you think you can find 3? You already got 1, your brother. You're already doing 200 yourself. You think you can find 2 more people doing 100? That's already, what, 500 total. So you need another 500 in 3 levels. You think you could do that?
Yeah.
Heck yes, you could. So once you get it, what would you say? I can teach other people to do that. I can teach Stanley to do that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Come up here. Hot seat. I love the sound of my voice today. I don't know why. You know, normally I'm not like doing this, but I just love how I sound. Huh? I feel like that. So that's you. Right there. You got 200. Stanley. Right there. 2 more people. 1,000 in your first 3 levels. Okay, so athlete. Did they have football practice?
Yes.
Were you any good at football?
Yeah.
Did you? You were really good. Did you just show up for the game, or did you go to football practice?
I would practice
And what did they teach you at practice?
skills.
The fundamentals and the skills.
Yeah.
Okay, so is this any different than football?
No.
Fundamentals, skills, hard work, yet fun.
Yeah.
Okay, what the hell? How hard is that? Is this harder than football? Try to go through me right now. Can you go through me? No, I kick your ass. That's hard. This is not hard. This is not hard. You want to try to go through me right now? No. If you don't think hit your ass, it would be unbelievable. I would use a weapon. Wouldn't I? Because you're tougher than me and younger. But I'm going to grab something to hit you with. Nobody is going to do that here. Does that make sense to you? How are we doing now?
Are you okay? Do you need some
Oh,
shoes?
God. Give him some CM cream and a diaper. No! Toughen up! So what happens when people say this doesn't work? What are they going to say to you? You're going to just remember football practice and say, you what? I'm going through you. I'm going over you. But I'm not backing down. I'm going to the next person and hit that person's on the other side of you. Does that make sense to you? Does that hurt? I'm really kind of feeling it.
No.
Okay, good. All right. Isn't he adorable? Wouldn't you love to have this guy in your business?
Yeah.
All you got to do is say, man, I am going to go find another Chris. And here comes Chris. He brings his mom and dad. Then he brought his brother. How big's your family?
I have 2 brothers.
Okay. How many sisters?
No sisters.
No sisters. Any extended relatives here in
Yeah.
Longmont?
And loved ones.
Lots.
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 Mhm.
Lots. We're rich. Sit down. So, that's what you do. So you want to get to the next rank. So now you're a brick. And now you're a senior associate, that's called. So now you say, man, I did that. I'm building bricks. He builds 3 bricks. He gets his brother and 2 more guys going. He's got 3 bricks on his first level. And the next thing you know, he's got some volume going on. And he's something called a 1-star. Am I boring you, Jenny? I love catching Julia.
I want to get out and talk to people.
Oh, no, you don't. You just sit right here and pay attention. Okay. And this is what you do. Aren't you happy that I am not your coach? You got the kind, nice, beautiful Juliet. How's the weather? Do you want to come over and knit? We'll have some chili. It'll be a fun day. No, I am Vince Lombardi. Yeah, that's exactly right. I never played. I'm just a bad to the bone coach. That's what you want to be, as a bad to the bone coach. Can you do that? Okay. Oh no. Please don't tell me. Oh, it's Croto. You guys know that when my wrist started going off down in Raleigh, did you guys see that happen? Because I think like something happened. So I hit the floor. I get back up. I'm so in love with what's coming out of my mouth. I'm fired up. I'm telling the story. Everybody's all riveting on what I'm saying. And my wristwatch is going crazy. So the next thing it sounds like is a fire alarm. And it's going crazy. I go, what could possibly be going on? But I've got like 9 layers of clothing on, so I can't even see my watch. I finally pull it over, and it said 911 en route. It had set off because I fell. It sensed a fall. Adrian had set my watch up because he knows I'm old. And he probably talked to Dr. Ike. And so my watch calls 911. So all of a sudden I said, holy mackerel, where's my phone? The phone is ringing right now. They handed me my phone. It was the 911 dispatcher. She said, are you okay, sir? We have an ambulance en route. I said, send them back, ma'am. I was just not paying attention. But that's what I was afraid just happened just now. Is that crazy enough? So things are okay. That was just Paul Croto telling us where the brick rank site is. Oh, so the point I make to you guys is you can all become 1-stars. If you're a CEO, you got to become a brick.
Yeah.
You're a brick. You got to go make more bricks. You go make 3 bricks right here, and you're a 1-star. It's that simple. So then you built a 1-star. So what do you know? Number 1, you built a brick, so you are a brick. So then number 2, you built a 1-star, so you are a 1-star. And then number 3, you know you can build 1-star legs out. You go build 9 of them, and you become a 5-star. It is just simple duplication. But most of us stop. Most of us go, okay, I did it. I got this power leg. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to let everybody else do all the stuff. And I'm going to stop working because I got my leg. You know what? That is about as duplicatable as a hole in the head. Don't do that. Don't do that. And there's people in this room that know I'm right. And as this thing goes wider, you get paid deeper and you get paid more. And right now, Tom Chenault gets paid really, really deep. Really, really deep. And I never, ever get mad at having volume way, way down there because I'm getting paid on it. When you get mad in longevity, having volume way down there, really, really down there, you're all mad about that because you're not getting paid on it, and you're blaming the comp plan, that's on you. You built that one leg. You forgot how you did it. You got to build 9 of them. You got to get bad to the bone and build 9 of them. And not ride on yesterday's newspaper or the efforts of somebody else. And I know that's harsh, but I'm going to tell you, this is not the... Oh, I thought that was my watch. It was just the baby. I heard that, because I'm 100. And when you're 100, all the noise does not go like where it came from. It just hits your ears and you're going, oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. It's just a crying baby. I've never been so happy for a crying baby in a room in my life. Okay, so do you guys get that?
Yes.
And I know that you don't like hearing it, but I promise you it's true. What are you doing with your time here? Why are you here? Because you want to learn how to do this. You can do it. And it's all, Scott just called it the survey. Some people call it FOR. I call it the coffee shop interview. And all of you guys go, oh, how do I do that? How do you recruit other network marketers? Easy. You become this person that people sense are going somewhere and they want to be with you. And you hit them with a sense of urgency that says this bus is leaving. Do you want to be on it or do you want to be under it? Because it's leaving. I'm taking 9 people on this bus and you're either on it or you're under it. You want to come and see me? I love everybody going, I'll call you when you're making some money.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, good. You just got ran over by the bus. I'll come back by in a year. I'll show you my check for 20 grand and I'll see you in the fall, if at all. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Don't buy that hype from people. Show me your check. They know you just started your business. They know you're just getting rolling. They know you gave them the ultimate compliment when you said, I want you to be one of my 4. And they have the audacity to say, how much money are you making? Like they're a minimum wage person working at the factory. Don't let them get away with it. Say, I thought you were an entrepreneur. I thought you wanted something better out of your life. I thought you wanted out of the cubicle. I thought you wanted to reach for the brass ring and you've been looking for the vehicle. I just handed you the vehicle. You get to partner with me. We got to go right now. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
True story. Now, to say that to people, what do you have to have? A pretty good relationship. You say that to the guy at the Starbucks that you just promised he was going to be a millionaire or that your products were going to make him fly. He's going to think you're on Mars and it's going to be over. It's got to be people that you have deep relationships with. People that have that kind of game to be able to hear it. Somebody like a Scott Bardulis that knows that there was something out there. He'd been looking for us. What the truth of the matter is, Scott Bardulis had been training all those years. James Moore, God, what happened? The surrender experiment. Here's what's going on. Where's the marker? I'm out here looking for business builders everywhere. I'm buying leads. I'm doing all this stuff. I'm having the time of my life. I'm meeting people. I'm trying to convince them how to do it. Here's Tom Chenault. I know network marketing like crazy. No network marketing like crazy. Here's what Tom Chenault knows. Tom knows he doesn't know, which is virtually everything. Tom Chenault knows that he doesn't know virtually everything. I don't know anything about anything. I'm real good at what I do know, which is hard stuff, right? And I'm manipulating the universe like crazy trying to get leaders, right? Does that make sense to you? Okay. I'm buying leads. I'm doing everything under the sun to try to find leaders. and I decide, because I'm so exhausted manipulating the universe, I'm going to go have a cup of coffee. And God decides it's my time. And he has Dave Jones sitting in Ziggy's talking about some goopy deal. And Dave Jones looks up and says, do you know who that guy is that just walked in? And Scott Bardula said, no, who is he? Dave Jones says, Tom Chenault, you should meet him. Scott walks over and he introduces himself, and the rest is history. God's got it. If you people would stop manipulating the universe and stop trying to trick people into doing this and just learn the skills, so when God does have that guy show up, you're ready and open instead of looking at your phone and doing everything but being present to the person across the table from you. That's where the miracle happens. Do you guys get that? Fire your brain, hire your heart. That's all it boils down to. Bingo, bango, bongo. Back to a dog with a note in its mouth could do this. Because you're stopping the thinking and you're using your heart. Now, is it hard work? Harder than hell. Do most people fail? Almost all of them. Are you going to fail at it? Maybe. But the more that you plug into us, the less likely that is. So then, what happens? I love me. No. People catch the wave and they remember who they were instead of trying to be somebody else. And they finally, there's a movie out there called Stella Gets Her Groove Back. You guys ever heard of that movie? Or is it a book or something? Or a cliche? It's something. Whatever it is. You want to get your groove back. And all of a sudden, you're your true self again. And when your true self comes back, miracles start to happen. Nikki Malley's true self came back. She decided to go back to what got her where she was, and that was her faith and her heart and her spirit for her, for Joel, for Pickle, and not pointing at anything else except that mirror and God. And all of a sudden, in the last 2 months, her business last month went up 33%. This month, it's only like a day in, and it's already up 65% over that. Why is that? Because Stella got her groove back. You guys need to get your groove back. Remember when you were in high school and how good that football felt when you made all those touchdowns or those tackles or whatever it was? Didn't that feel good?
Yeah.
That's you getting your groove back. We can put you back on the field, Chris. That's what I want all of you to do, is get back on the field. Remember at the print company, the digital printing company, when it was cooking with gas up there in Boulder, Colorado? Everything hadn't gone away from print. You and your husband were winning all the awards, and you were with Ed Regal at the Chamber of Commerce, and everybody was patting you on the back. Remember those days? Don't you want to go back to those days of glory? Ginny's got to get her groove back. So with that, Nikki Mount.